All right, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch another video nasty. This one's one of those that's harder to find. It's called Honeymoon Horror. Let's check it out. Our movie starts with a guy, I think his name is Frank. He's leaving his wife to go out with the buddies.
He's my buddy. Have dinner ready for me?
Don't I always?
A little while later, he comes back.
It's me, Elaine. I came back for cigarettes.
Turns out I don't think Elaine was that upset that her husband was leaving for the night. And Frank's not going to be too happy when he finds out.
Elaine, guys, coming over this door.
Stop it, Frank!
Elaine, I think you killed him.
So what? Let's get out of here.
What about him?
Let him
Apparently sometime later, a year later,
I'm on my way to do some first night decorating.
First night decorating.
You know, three of my sorority sisters are getting married tomorrow, and me and some of my friends, you know, Robin and Jill, we're going out to decorate the honeymoon cabin.
they're going to reopen this island property where honeymooners
Out
go.
there.
What for?
See what's going on?
Look, I know what's going on. They've opened up the lodge. Some young fools are going to go out there and honeymoon. Some are going to want to short sheet somebody. I know what's going on, and I know where everybody is.
No, you don't, because you didn't say anything about the...
Too damn
And it's
quick.
Elaine and her now new husband who are running the place. Whatever happened to Frank?
Well, the sheriff bought it, and the insurance company bought it, and that's all that matters.
They think he's dead. And they're going to decorate some of the rooms for their honeymooning pals.
You know, sorority. Some of our sorority sisters are coming up here this weekend. Kay, Linda, and Sue, they're all getting married tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Well, since it's their honeymoon.
I'm not sure why the Halloween decorations need to be placed, but when this chick opens the door, she finds a body. A fresh body. One of the other chicks.
What took you so
And
long?
the chick down on the dock didn't seem to care at all. Her friends are being killed. She's next. Meanwhile, all three couples arrive to the island for their honeymoon getaways. That dude looks like he's in his mid-40s.
It's been very successful.
Elaine shares the
Up
story
until
of what
last year, that
happened.
is, when he died.
Of course, she's the one who did it.
Yes, there was a fire in the carriage house. I was on the mainland when it happened. By the time I got back, the house had burned to the ground with Frank in it. Joe's around.
Elaine's
somewhere.
new man just isn't happy with the whole situation.
I didn't come here to be a damn bellhop, Elaine.
All right, I'll go look for him. Try to be nice, but
I'm trying.
yes, you can be. Very trying. When you're through, we'll pick it up later.
The couples hang out.
Good night. Have a happy evening.
No knowledge about what's going to happen to all of them. It's time to leave, perhaps.
Leave the island
Yes.
tonight.
I wish we could. No, tomorrow. As soon as those kids get out of here.
Alright. Moving out in the woods. Look closely on the right. Look closely, looks to be a mangled hand too, but oh.
What's the matter, baby? It's only me.
While one couple kisses in bed, another one screams.
Is that someone screaming?
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Sure enough, someone's stalking.
Elaine!
We found a body.
What are you talking about?
Oh, God, it's horrible.
What?
A
Well, they decide to leave, but they're not going to be able to leave by boat.
Oh, shit. Hey, Linda, come on.
Linda's body is now found in the shower. Now they assume it's the old caretaker, Crazy Joe. So they're going to go attack him. Tie him up. Now, unlike most groups in slasher films, for the most part, they decide to stay together. Safety in numbers, you know? But then inevitably they split up. The guys are out searching the woods at night. Brilliant. While the chicks stay inside, cleaning and cooking.
Thank God we've got something to keep us busy.
Yes.
What he's done? But he's sick. He's got to be. And it may be all my fault.
Your fault?
I should have had him put away years ago. But Frank, my first husband, said he'd be useful, so we kept him around.
One of the girls steps outside. He's immediately attacked by the man under the stairs.
Vic, you're
The guys find a few bodies.
what's left, oh? Come on.
Our killer, who we can all pretty much guess who it is still stalking outside. And breathing heavily. And decides to strike. That lady in the kitchen was named Sue. Keyword was.
Still in there. He's still tied up. Was it him?
They thought it was Crazy Joe, but
Maybe
people.
somebody else in the island been killing all the women.
They should let him free then, right?
Come on, we better get back.
What about him?
Leave him be. I gotta get this gun back to the lodge. We may need it.
So even though Crazy Joe's not the killer, they decide to leave him tied up anyway. Finally, with the reveal of our killer. He looks burned. It's her ex-husband, Frank, who was burned horribly, but apparently not dead. And he gets his revenge on Elaine. Faint. One of the guys has a gun. Save for the face, Frank doesn't look that worse for wear. This won't help, though. When the new husband finds Elaine dead, he mourns, unaware that husband number one is still alive. Oh, with a toss. The next morning, the cops show up.
Hey, what the hell is going on? We couldn't get you on the CBs, and I've been getting a bunch of phone calls.
Sheriff, everybody's dead. I mean, the Carltons are dead, and the girls from the sorority, and Sue and Linda.
Well, who's left?
Yep, they're all dead.
I knew these kids running around here all night. Someone's liable to get killed.
Strange about Frank Barlow's body not being there when you went out to pick up the others. I wonder who took it.
How the hell do I know?
Suppose Crazy Joe. You know, he adored that man, Frank.
Suppose, maybe. The kids said they left them all tied up. We can't even find them.
We found him, sir. We found him.
They found him. Who?
Crazy Joe, sir. Crazy Joe.
They found Crazy Joe. Yeah? Where?
In a cave, sir.
Where?
Just a minute. Let me get all the information and I'll tell you all about it, okay? Now, you found him where?
Yes, sir. In a cave at the south end of the island.
At the south end of the island?
He was just sitting there hugging the body.
Hugging the body? What body?
Body that was missing, sir.
Oh, yeah?
That's our
The
film.
body is brown like a baby, sir.
All right, let's talk about this movie, Honeymoon Horror. This is a movie that I had never seen before. It's one that I'd seen in a couple video stores back in the 80s, early 90s perhaps, but just never got around to getting it and never had it until recently. And now, again, this is a video nasty. This is what's called one of the Section 3 video nasties, which means it wasn't actually prosecuted, but it could have been seized. Therefore, it's on the list, and therefore I needed to get it. It's not available on DVD, and that's why it's one of the harder ones to watch these days. It's probably not streaming anywhere that I'm aware of, and you just got the VHS is still around, so if you got one, you can burn it and put it onto a disc and make some nice fancy box art like I got here. That's what this is. Now, the movie itself starts out, there's like this island. It's like a honeymoon getaway type island. This man is there with his wife. They own the place. They run the place. He goes out to visit some friends, and while he's gone, her boyfriend comes over, and he's cheating, or she's cheating on him. Husband comes back, Frank comes back to get some cigarettes, finds his wife fooling around, starts a fight with the dude. She bangs Frank on the head with a bottle, and then the place starts on fire after this lantern thing fell. And then Frank is knocked out, and she's like, let him burn. Let's just get out of here. And then it burns to the ground, and then he's presumed dead. A year passes. She's now married to the new guy. She decides to reopen this island getaway for honeymooners. Her new guy is not really fond of that idea. He's still kind of spooked by what happened, but they got away with murder. It was presumed to be an accident, whatever, and he burned and he was gone. But apparently no body was ever found. Anyway, as you can imagine, first of all, 3 couples come to the island, but prior to that, some friends of theirs were going to decorate their cabins for their honeymoon, and they all got killed by a mysterious killer. Then, of course, the killer starts to pick off the islanders one by one. Elaine is freaking out at this point because she doesn't know who the killer is. She thinks it might be Crazy Joe, the caretaker on the island. So some of the guys find Crazy Joe and tie him up, but the killings still continue. So they know Crazy Joe isn't the killer, and they realize that. They decide, let's just keep him tied up anyway. Whatever. Anyway, the big reveal, of course, is that it's Frank, Elaine's ex-husband. He's been burned to a crisp, but he's still alive, and he's on the prowl now. He bursts into the house. He kills Elaine with an axe. And then somebody shoots Frank with a shotgun and blows him away and kills him. Or at least we think he's dead. The new husband comes in and mourns over Elaine's body. Frank gets up, grabs a knife, and throws it at the back of the guy and kills him. Then he falls to his death as well. So Frank did not survive. The last scene in the movie, apparently Crazy Joe, who I guess was taking care of Frank over the past year, apparently found the body and was crying over it, and that's kind of how our movie ended. We didn't see it. We just heard that over the police radio. That's who they found. Anyway, that is Honeymoon Horror. Now, was this a good film? It's not bad. It's a typical early 80s horror slasher type film, very cheaply made. It was made in around Grapevine, Texas, southern Denton County, northern Tarrant County. You can still find a couple of the places on Google Maps if you look in the right place. But it's not a bad film. Apparently it was funded by some local businessmen. They paid about $50,000 to get this thing made. The effects are not bad for what they were. Some pretty decent gore scenes, actually. A couple of brief nude scenes thrown in. And apparently they ran out of money, and the $50,000 investment they made funded the film, but then they tried to sell it, which they did. They sold it to Sony. Sony put on VHS and made $22 million with it. Way to go, Sony. Since then, it has not seen the light of day. It has not been released on DVD, Blu-ray, probably never will be. So hold on to that VHS and burn it so you have it just like I do. That's all I got to say about Honeymoon Horror. Not bad. I'm curious, has anybody else seen this movie? Do you remember seeing it on the shelves back in the day? Leave some comments. I'll leave a link to the VHS if Amazon has it. Check it out. Watch it. Bye. Honeymoon Horror.